What's up, YouTube? It's your boy King Say So, and I'm back. Before we get to it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, make sure you always watch the full video.
At this point, it seems the YNW Melly case is never ending. On
Oh
January
God,
6,
bro.
2025, the judge pointed out Melly's been locked up for 2,159 days, or just under 6 years, and the state is now apparently going after Melly's lawyer. What's up, everybody? It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this,
I feel like when a court case, either they got a lot of evidence to go over, or they trying to stretch it out because they don't have enough evidence, and then they truly just don't want you to be out. Cause like, bro, like sometimes, like again, even when you have a lot of evidence, if you have so much, wash this person away. Like, why are you studying going on and on and on and on and on to go to piece by piece by piece? Like, if you got 2 pieces plus some DNA, let's go. Like, sometimes, cause hey, sometimes even with that DNA, bro, you can still be innocent.
video,
Somebody
we're going to be
tamper with
giving
the
an
evidence,
update
bro.
on the
Put your
YNW Melly
DNA right there.
case, as now lawyers are allegedly tampering with witnesses, and I was brought up in the case again. Now, Melly's legal team has been fighting for a bond. The state is left scrambling, trying to find an excuse to keep him in jail, and now they're going after his legal team. Raven Liberty has stressfully represented Melly throughout this legal battle and was present during Melly's mistrial. Only months after the mistrial, Melly and his co-defendant Bortland would both be charged with witness tampering in a first-degree murder case. Because of the crime being first-degree murder, the punishment for witness tampering is just as severe as the crime, meaning they not only face life for the murders, but now for the tampering. The accusations come from supposed jail calls and code words allegedly used by Melly and other inmates to send word from jail to the streets to keep a witness from testifying. Melly could be seen on jail surveillance passing kites or notes to other documented gang members, and calls would allegedly be made through them to Bortland to pass on the message.
Come on, brother.
So how does Melly's lawyer fall into this? Raven Liberty was informed by Apple that on December 13th of 2023, her account information had been provided to the Broward County Sheriffs pursuant to a search warrant. The basis of this search warrant is still unknown and hasn't been released, so we don't know exactly why or what they were looking for. But the dates would mean Melly won a mistrial, only to be charged with witness tampering, which is believed to have been an act of retaliation by the state, and then investigators went after Miss Liberty. Well, now Melly's legal team is demanding answers such as, is the investigation of Miss Liberty ongoing, or has it been concluded? The fact that no charges have come forward since 2023, when the sheriffs received her information, seems to hint towards they found nothing. But if the investigation has been terminated, they want to know if it will be.
I think for Melly, it's just like it's just the whole fact of the situation that happened and what happened. Like, they want to know what happened. Yeah, they got hearsays and probably this and probably that, but they want to know what exactly happened from point A to point B to point C to point D. They want to know. They want to know. Hey, alive. Slightly. I kind of want to know.
Revived again at a later date.
Slightly, just a little
bit. The state's response will seemingly answer the question as to if anything was found. On top of that, Melly's team is demanding to know if any confidential communication between Melly and his defense are currently in the possession of law enforcement or the state, as yet again, this would be a violation, for another mistrial or the case to be tossed out completely. Melly's team has also put in a motion to dismiss a handful of evidence, including videos of 1099 Jake.
Who the fuck is that guy?
The videos would be referring to an interview I did with No Jumper, as well as Vlad TV. Specifically, the state would include the video of me speaking on the Island Boys claiming to be Bloods. The video had no mention of Melly or his case, and from my understanding, the state is trying to portray that if I expose the Island Boys as Bloods, but didn't expose Melly, then Melly must some way, somehow be a real blood, which is where the state is trying to confirm to secure a death penalty conviction.
So they like if this dude who goes around exposing people exposed them, and he didn't expose you, it's probably because he couldn't. Bro, what? Yeah, they ain't got enough. The evidence or whatever that they think they got, it ain't enough because if it was, again, I'm not a lawyer, I might be wrong, but I feel like if it was enough, they would already locked him up. They already washed him away. Like, yeah, we got this, we got that, it's done. Whether you want to admit to it or not, we know you did it. Bam, bam, bam. Here, but obviously, y'all want to go from this to that to this to that, bruh. Like, one at a time they were trying to say his mom was trying to break him out or something. Like, what? Like, come on, man. Like, again, if you don't got enough, let him go. Sorry. Try again.
It's a long shot, a reach, and within my interview with Vlad, I'm asked about my own affiliation as we spoke on racial politics in prison. In another Vlad interview not included in Melly's case, Vlad would ask about how my affiliation came to be, and I'd speak on where I grew up playing a factor in who I grew up around. Again, it would be more focused on the racial politics, and YNW Melly was never actually brought up in either interview. Now, Danny Polo, the undercover who allegedly infiltrated the Bloods in Broward County, was asked by Raven Liberty how he could infiltrate a black gang as an undercover if he's white, and he replied back that 1090 Jake is white and he's a Blood. Come to find out, Polo is Cuban, and so are the Island Boys.
I think race only plays a factor when it comes to certain crews. Certain crews, yeah, you probably got to be one of them in order to get in. But for most people, no. For the red and blue team, no. Long as you bought that life, I guess you're okay. Come be a dummy.
So when the Island Boys came out and originally tried to portray a gangbanging lifestyle, I was immediately summoned by the internet about the white or Cuban Island Boys gang affiliation.
Them niggas is funny.
The topic seemed to always come back to race, as white people are a minority in hip hop and an even smaller minority in the world of urban gangs. Now, Melly's legal team would yet again highlight that the
they got a whole clan.
Are irrelevant, immaterial, and inadmissible.
More structure,
but this isn't new news.
More global.
As Vlad and I have previously discussed the state's tactics and including these videos. But for whatever reason, the state chose not to include the No Jumper interview in which I said this.
I knew that there was a lot of bullshit in his case when I got brought up. An undercover detective who testified with the mask on said I'm one of the most highest and respected members of G-Shine, the same gang that Melly is allegedly a part of. Mind you, I don't know Melly.
Right.
Nobody I know knows Melly. So that right there doesn't make any sense. This gang detective said he got this information from a confidential source in Broward County.
So like I said, I don't know Melly, and no one I know knows Melly. But we'll just have to wait and see how long my name gets dragged in this case, and how long they plan on dragging Melly, as an ending still seems...
That'd be crazy, dog.
Now, I'm very interested in hearing about the whole Raven Liberty thing that the state is trying to do. What information were they seeking? What gave them the idea to seek it? And how did they get approved by a judge? Because normally you have to have some type of something for a judge to sign off on that. You know what I mean? I guess we'll find out in the near future.
Sometimes, hey, we need him gone.
This will be.
Okay.
But we'll definitely do another update video. Now, as far as me being brought up again in the fucking case, it's really just Melly's lawyers like, look, the videos have nothing to do with nothing. Same shit I said. Let's just take them out. We're going to hear the state's argument back as to why they feel that it's valid. And like I said, it's a reach. Because I spoke on the Island Boys and didn't speak on Melly, that somehow confirms Melly's affiliation. That doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
No, like, who the hell is Jake in that aspect? Who the hell is he?
And the Island Boys were saying the N-word and they were claiming sex, money, murder. And And then the guy that allegedly made them Sex Money Murder ended up moving to LA and started wearing dresses. So it's like, there's a long list of reasons why the Island Boys were brought up. And then it came out that they were doing OnlyFans together. It just gets worse and worse and worse. But the whole thing comes back to being white. The same reason Vlad is asking me about me being white, having an affiliation, going to prison. How is it with the white gangs? How is it with the black gangs? This and that. It all comes back to being white. It had nothing to do with actually I know he's real and he's not and this, that, and It had nothing to do with proving gang affiliations. Like I've said before, I don't know Melly. I don't know anyone that knows Melly. So if they're portraying me to be some fucking whatever super blood, well, I don't know anyone that knows him. So that should say something for itself, right? And other than the fact that this is the biggest death penalty case in hip hop, and other than the fact that Melly was a rapper blowing up out of Florida, and other than the fact that I actually like his music, other than all those facts, I would have never covered the case. That's solely what caught my interest. And, I've been asked about the case multiple times because it's one of the
Melly coming home, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
In hip hop. But hey, it's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me.
Hold on, let me see if you're gonna say something.
Free Melly. At this point, I don't feel like anybody deserves to just be sitting inside of jail with no privileges for almost 6 fucking years. That's insane. Yeah. If you know anything about getting locked up, county time is worse than prison because there's zero freedom, especially when you're just sitting inside of a cell. I'm genuinely wondering how much damage this is actually doing to him mentally. Because imagine leaving a dog in a cage for fucking 6 years. You think that dog is gonna be normal after that? Nah, I don't think so. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section.
It'll be crazy when I guess court systems, when they can do this type of thing, like even when Draco was alive, bro went to jail. They was accusing him of trying to do something to RJ. He beat the case, and then they refiled instantly. He didn't even get out. He didn't even come home. They refiled again. Like, bro, like what? Like, how can you do that? How? Like, that don't make no sense. Like, you didn't even give a person, like, let me appreciate the fact that I just beat the case. Let me go home, enjoy some, get some, eat some, bro. Then do that. Like, I'm still here, bro. That was crazy, bro. RP Draco.